it's Meal Prep Sunday. Now, I know you've seen this hashtag and I know you want to do it, but maybe you want the shortcuts first. Psst, come along, let's go. And I forgot to tell you, you don't need a list. Let's go. But I know that I love eggs, and I know that I need some butter. So this is going to be a really quick aisle, because pretty much everything else on this aisle, I'm going to pass on. So we're just flying by these aisles that we don't even play in. Cookies, candies, cereals, just none of it is happening in our world, because we're going to meal prep like a beast. Grocery store's been really quick. Dairy aisle, where I picked up 2 things. I have my grains from my grain aisle, and now I'm picking my proteins. I'm pick 3. I've got turkey, chicken, beef. Let's go. So now we're in the department where we're going to spend the most time, the produce department. And again, I didn't come in with a list. I want to be inspired by what's happening in there seasonally. Maybe wilty now, but when I get back to the shop, I'm going to show you a quick trick that'll revive this herb into its beautiful splendor. You know I'm one for my nuts. So we have pine nuts, and we have pecans, and we have almonds, and they're all amazing for you. They all contain magnesium and fiber and just all the right stuff. So go ahead and spend the money on the nuts. Go ahead and spend the money on a good cheese. Take the first $10 of your grocery budget and lay it right there on nuts and cheese if you like dairy, because then you're going to be able to make your meals really interesting. You're not going to feel cheated. You're not going to feel like you're missing out on something. You're going to be getting full advantage of what you're getting. So here's what inspired me in my 20-minute trip to the grocery store for today. It is all about technique. I want you to forget this idea that you need to chase recipes. You need to chase technique and flavors. So today I have red cabbage and tomatoes and okra and broccoli and my limp dill, and which we're gonna fix. And then I've got my proteins here. And notice I've sorted out my groceries. So I have proteins here. I have my fats here. I have my carbs here, and now I've got my veg to make flavors and proteins and saute. Let's see what I make. Veggies need a bath. They don't need a shower. They need a bath. So I'm using an enormous bowl that of course I have because I am a brilliant chef, and I realize that maybe you don't, but maybe you have a stock pot. Or maybe you have a dish pan brand new that you can clean. Maybe there's another way for you to MacGyver rub-a-dub-dub veggies in a bathtub. And this is why your vegetables need a bath. Check out that water. I could farm plants in that water. So, when cooking grains, you always want to soak them up with water before you actually cook them. Quinoa, it's very important because you're actually going to remove this bitter edge that's around the grain. So you want to let this soak for, 10-20 minutes. You can even soak it much longer, but a good 10-minute soak will get you there. Then you're going to strain them, measure your water back in, and start cooking. Developing flavor. This is a dried, sun-dried tomato. I love to saute them in a little bit of olive oil or even butter. Roasting them up, makes them yummy. And what I have done at this point is washed my produce, sorted my protein, and I'm keeping them separate so that we stay nice and clean. And I'm loading the oven. So I bought okra. I happen to love okra with caraway seeds, It's amazing. So I'm going to stick it in the oven and start roasting. I also have the potatoes starting to roast at this point. So the game that we're playing now is called Load the Oven Game. Anything that you can see that you want to roast up and just start prepping out, this is the perfect space, is your oven. I am cooking these chicken empty, plain, no special flavors. That's because when it's Jiffy Pan time, I can flavor this any way I want. Okay. Is one of the very first steps that happens in every single kitchen, and I don't know one commercial facility where they chop an onion or 2 onions, make a recipe, and then chop 3 more onions and no, you chop all your onions at one time. You can use them throughout your process. If you want to put them in your rice, if you want to saute them, we're going to put them in meatballs and meatloaf. So you have the flexibility of how you want to use them. Just bang it out. So I have important things to say about garlic. I think it's incredibly delicious and important that you actually buy it and peel it yourself. So I do set it up in my prep session so I'm not dealing with garlic hands all week long. But I want to show you how to cook it because I'm not sure you've actually been doing it the correct way. The way you start garlic is in a cold pan. And then you add oil to it. And then you add the fire. What you're looking to do by starting it in the cold pan, you don't run the risk of burning it the second you throw it into the pan, because nobody loves burnt garlic. So, I would like to show you my all-time favorite trick. I believe I said technique. Now, I learned this fabulous celery trick working with another chef who had been on cruise lines for a long time. And you see, by pounding it first, it gives you little tiny dice every time. Hi there. So, 2 hours is up. Let's see what I made. I made banana protein pancakes because these are the breakfast of this champion. And then I did 4 protein profiles. I have a sun-dried tomato turkey meatball. I have a spinach, basil, and Parmesan turkey meatball. I have grass-fed taco meat with cilantro and some kidney beans. And then I made some plain chicken. I just simply baked that along with baking the white potato and as well as the sweet potato. There are my carb sides as well, my quinoa and my brown rice, which you saw me do stovetop. And then I just julienned some zucchini because I'm running out of time. And I also just got my broccoli prepped. My okra is cooked though, and my radishes. So if your household at night sounds like this, what do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. And then what if that answer is different for everyone in the room? No problem. We got this because we have set our mise en place, our little ingredients, right? We have French way of saying we have our shit together. We have our ingredients together. So here for sauce time, I made this awesome basil pesto with spinach. Sneaky way to get spinach in. Love it. I just sauteed up some garlic in olive oil, which I can store this way. And now I can add this to this, or this, or that, or that. Getting the idea? The other sauces that I made, I didn't finish my tomato, but I am definitely going to make a pico de gallo, which is gonna go bomb diggity on the grass-fed beef taco meat. Yeah. And then I've got my raw garlic. I'm gonna keep this raw all week. I can add a little bit of oil on top of it to preserve it. These two herbs are cilantro and parsley, and I'm probably going to make a quick little chimichurri sauce. Now, I picked 3 sauces. You can pick your 3 sauces. You can Google a peanut sauce so you have something Asian in play. Asian would be great for those plain turkey chicken breasts, which I'm bringing up now because while they're plain and just baked right now here, that doesn't stop you from making a chicken salad with them later on in the week when you have an extra minute. So when I see, let's say, oh, this baked potato, I don't just see a baked potato. I see hash browns. I see a potato that can dress a mixed green salad. I see a potato that can go into my egg. I see a potato that can go into soup, stews, anything else that I choose to create from my base ingredients. So this is what I want you to do. I just want you to get simple. I just want you to get clean in the kitchen, bang out some production, and then play the rest of the week with all your choices. Enjoy.